And we're loosening up. And let's loosen up the waist. And now we'll bring the feet together and loosen the knees. And change direction. And now the ankles. Change direction. Now the other foot. And change direction. Okay, as advertised, All-Season Qigong to warm up for Taiji Ball. So, with heels together or hip width apart, we interlock the fingers. Inhale. And exhale. Lift up the heels. And inhale, come down. Exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale, come back to the front. One more time to each side. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, come back to the front. Take a wrist, stretch up, exhale and bend. Inhale, come back up. Change to the other wrist, stretch up, exhale and bend. And inhale, come back up. And we'll bend the waist, move the hips around to loosen the lower back. Squat down with feet flat. And lift up the heels. And come back up. And we'll loosen up the shoulders. I'm going to come up and check the waiting room. Nope, no one there. Bring the shoulders forward, inhale, roll them to the back and exhale. And stop with your shoulders in the back. Now inhale with your shoulders held back in reverse directions. Exhale when your shoulders come forwards. Alternating sides, inhale on one side, exhale on the other. Stop on the exhale side. Now inhale on that side and change direction. Exhale on the other side. Now drop your chin onto your chest. And roll your head to the side. Gently stretch out the muscles on the side of your neck. Then roll down and put your chin on the chest again and roll up the other side. Gently stretch. And continue rotating slowly from side to side. And bring your head upright. We'll step out to shoulder width stance. And we'll do boot explores the sea. Bend the waist. Stretch the neck muscles evenly forward. Inhale. Exhale. Turn the head, look up at the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn your head the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Continue turning slowly from side to side while keeping your neck muscles evenly stretched forward. And we'll come back upright and we'll step out to horse stance. And start horizontal circles. Coordinating with breathing, inhale when the lower dantian goes backwards. Exhale when it comes forwards. And we'll try to get the lower spine and sacrum, waist and hips loosened up for Taiji Ball. And we'll turn slowly to the side. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center and reverse directions. Continue to coordinate with your breathing. Continue to focus your mind on your lower spine and sacrum. Gradually turn to the side. Slowly come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center. Slowly make the circle smaller. And we'll come to a stop and we'll wave the spine. Coordinating with breathing. Inhale. And exhale here. Focus your mind on the lumbar spine. And feel the vertebrae move section by section in a slow, soft wave. Turn slowly to the side. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center. Now bring the weight all the way up to the shoulders. Continue to coordinate with your breathing. Focus your mind on feeling your entire body threaded together from the bottoms of your feet to the tops of your shoulders. All right, and then we add the arms. And one arm at a time. and the other arm. And we'll finish. Step the right foot into hip-width distance. Inhale and gather the universal healing chi that surrounds us. And as you exhale, bring the chi you've gathered in and down, inch by inch, down through. Visualize this fresh chi flushing out stale chi, pain and illness, stress and tension. Flushing them all the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the depths of the earth. And again, inhale, gather the chi. And exhale, bring it in and down inch by inch. Visualize the fresh chi flowing through every bone and muscle, every organ, cleansing and healing. All the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the earth. And one more time, inhale and gather the chi. And exhale, bring it in and down, again inch by inch down through every cell in your body. Feel it healing and revitalizing. All the way down to the bottoms of your feet and out into the earth. Okay. Now as I said in the message, I'm hoping to spend the next several weeks on Tuesday night on the Taiji Ball curriculum, and also including Taiji Ball Breathing, Taiji Ball No Ball. So let's take a look at Qigong breathing and the steps that lead up to Taiji Ball Breathing. So of course, Taiji Ball Breathing, our aim is to create a ball of chi between the palms, which we would circulate as though it were a real ball. And in order to do that, we need to move the chi strongly. And of course, whenever we have intention to move the chi strongly, we want to use reverse abdominal breathing. So let's stand in Wu Ji with the hands on the lower abdomen. And reverse abdominal breathing, remember. As we inhale, we gently pull in the lower abdomen and gently lift the pelvic floor perineum, controlled by the same muscles that control the anus. And as we exhale, we gently push out the lower abdomen and gently push down on the perineum. Then we inhale, so abdomen in and perineum up. We want to keep the movements, particularly in the beginning of reverse abdominal breathing training, small and confined to the lower abdomen. We want to avoid creating tension here, right below the diaphragm. Exhale, abdomen out, perineum down, gentle movement. In, abdomen in, perineum up, and out, abdomen gently out, perineum gently down. And remember, of course, all the time in Taijiquan, tip of tongue touching the roof of the mouth. In, and out. The mind stays fixed on the lower dantian in the center of your lower abdomen on a level 2 inches below the navel. As we're doing the reverse breathing, with the mind held steadily on the lower dantian, the movement of the muscles of the abdomen is creating friction between the muscles, fascia and fat. Muscles, fascia, and fat stored there. We have 6 layers: muscle, fat, and fascia. Even the most slim person still has the 6 layers in the front of their abdomen. And the movements there of the muscles create heat and friction, which convert the fat stored there into qi. And we know that qi goes where the mind leads it, so when we hold our mind in the lower dantian, the qi converted from fat goes to the lower dantian where it can be stored. So with this exercise, not only are we practicing reverse breathing, but we're doing an exercise that's called lighting the fire, building up the qi in the lower dantian. And you can practice reverse breathing and lighting the fire also in the sitting and lying down positions. And if you feel your abdomen begin to get warm, that's normal. And let's take one more step with Qigong breathing and move the qi in and out the Yongquan gates at the bottoms of our feet. So Yongquan gates, that's kidney number 1 point. And the exercise is called Yongquan Breathing. When we inhale, we'll keep our mind in the real lower dantian, just like as we were lighting the fire. But when we exhale, we're going to move our mind to underneath our feet. And abdomen press out, perineum press down gently as before. And visualize breath and qi flowing down, out through the Yongquan gates and into the earth under your feet. And when we inhale, we'll return the mind to the lower dantian, abdomen in, perineum up, just like before. Visualize breath and qi flowing in through the Yongquan gates into the lower dantian. Exhale, mind under the feet, abdomen gently out, perineum gently down. You might imagine that your feet are pressing into the earth, but it's just a thought, it's not any muscle tensing. Inhale, mind in the lower dantian. Abdomen gently in, perineum gently up. Breath and Qi coming in through Yongquan gates into the bottoms of the feet, into the Dantian, through the bottoms of the feet. Now continue at your own pace with Yongquan breathing. So Yongquan breathing is like the first step in moving the Qi, which will lead to our Taiji Ball Breathing in the upcoming classes. But it also has benefits in itself of helping to smooth out the Qi circulation in the channels and vessels that run up and down the legs. And also, Yongquan breathing helps to regulate the Qi in the organs below your diaphragm. So, liver, the so-called delicate organs or yin organs, the liver, the spleen, and kidneys, but also the yang organs, stomach, gallbladder, large and small intestines, and a urinary bladder. And as we continue the Yongquan breathing, if you feel your feet getting warm, that's normal. And of course, the best way to do the Yongquan breathing would be in bare feet outside on nice, clean ground. And one more breath with the Yongquan breathing. And we inhale, bring the Qi up through Yongquan into the lower Dantian. And now we're going to finish by holding the mind steadily in the lower Dantian. And if you wish to switch to return to childhood breathing, you may do that. Makes the body, helps to cool the body down. Less aggressive than the reverse abdominal breathing. As we hold the mind steadily in the lower Dantian, we're going to make sure that the Qi that we were leading up and down the legs is returned to its residence in the lower Dantian, where it can be stored for future use. Now, Taiji ball. So hopefully you have a ball handy. If not, you can use the ball of no ball. One not so great thing about my new location for shooting is it's kind of humid. I've got 2 dehumidifiers down here, but of course I'll turn them off for the shooting because it would be a kind of a nice loud background rumble that we wouldn't want on the videotape. So it tends to get humid then quickly. On the bright side, the Qigong remedy for whenever you feel like you're starting to get sick is do Qigong until you sweat. So I've achieved that already. Okay, so the White Sash requirements for the Taiji ball is horizontal circling and changing from clockwise to counter-clockwise. Okay, so take a comfortably wide stance, shoulder width or wider. Of course, the wider the stance you take, the more of a workout you'll get with the exercise. And remember that when the ball comes in, we tuck the buttocks under to flatten the lower back and open the mingmen. So this is important when we get to Taiji Ball Breathing. Of course, you remember that we need to open the mingmen to lead the qi out up to Da Shui in order to help create the ball of no ball. And then when we exhale, we on-tuck. So we inhale, tuck the buttocks under, and hopefully I'm modeling the kind of concave torso and abdomen here. Now, I guess that's torso includes abdomen, doesn't it? So where Bai Hui and Wei Hian are aligned so that I'm not leaning back, not leaning forward. So when the ball comes in, tuck and concave the torso. And then when the ball goes out, on tuck. Breathing pattern, of course, is inhale when the ball comes in, exhale when the ball goes out. Now, in Taiji ball training, of course, one of the big goals is to train the waist to lead the body, so that the movement starts in the waist, starts in the root, is directed by the waist, and then manifested in the hands and fingers, and in this case with the ball. So that the ball is not moving on its own. The ball is being moved by the waist. And we have this concept that there is an inner ball in the lower dantian, and of course the outer ball between the palms. The inner ball leads the outer ball. And this is, I think, most easy to see in the horizontal circling pattern. Inner ball leading the outer ball. So as the outer ball, the inner ball turns, the outer ball follows, and then the inner ball moves forward and the outer ball follows. Inner ball moves back and the outer ball follows. Inner ball turns and the outer ball follows. So, not that I'm encouraging you to make a square out of the movement, but that's kind of the idea. All right, so our practice begins with the inner ball and outer ball close together, with the outer ball in front of the lower dantian. And the reason for this is the idea that we're going to, when we incorporate the Taiji Ball Breathing, we're going to be leading the qi out and expanding the movement. So as we expand the movement, we also expand our circulation and increase our circulation of qi. And then at the end of our practice, we bring the movement back in and we bring the qi back in, okay? So exhale out, inhale, inhale in, exhale out, inhale in. We gradually make the circles smaller, gradually make the circles larger. But remember that we don't make the circles so large that it would cause the wrists and elbows to tense up. Remember to keep the head gently lifted at the gaze level. Don't look down at the ball. Although your gaze will drop a little bit as you make the spine concave, but not like that, just an inch or two that the gaze drops. Now, the horizontal circling can occur at any level from down here, as low as you can go without locking wrists and elbows, to up here, which is the upper surface of the ball level with the nose. Because we don't want it higher than that, it'll block the vision, and also when we get the ball higher than nose level, we start to tense up the shoulders, and we also create a bad habit of lifting the elbows high and exposing vulnerable areas in the body. So remember, this is martial arts training. It was designed originally as martial arts training, so we want to keep good habits from the martial arts training. And it makes sense from a health point of view as well. So the ball can be down here, and it can be up here, and anywhere in between. So I can spiral upward and downward. Okay, so I've been doing clockwise. We've all been doing just one direction, I presume. So the next exercise or requirement at this level for Taiji Ball is to be able to change directions correctly according to Tai Chi principles. So what Tai Chi principles? We don't use force against force. We have continuous circular motion. And there's one more, which I'm blanking on at the moment. Well, hopefully it will come to me. Anyway, so if I'm doing clockwise, and I say, well, let's do counterclockwise, and I go, well, I violated all the Tai Chi principles there by stopping the ball, because of course it takes force against force to stop the ball. The ball's coming this way, I have to apply force to stop the ball. Okay. Preservation of momentum, preservation of the energy, that's the third principle. So continuous circular movement, of course, results in preservation of the energy. So by stopping the ball, I've not only used force against force, but I have lost the energy. So the energy of the ball, the momentum of the ball has been stopped. So I would have to regenerate that momentum. And of course, I don't have continuous circular motion when I stop the ball like that. So what we're going to do in order to change is we're going to take this clockwise Taiji ball circle and make an S-shaped maneuver through the center of the circle, and then we'll end up going counterclockwise. And we will have preserved continuous circular motion. We will have preserved the momentum of the ball. And we will not have used force against force, because we will not have stopped the ball. So what I just illustrated was taking that horizontal pattern and making it vertical so that it looked like this. Okay. All right, so let's do that on the horizontal plane. So clockwise, or whatever direction you were going up to now, and changing direction, like so. Now let me demonstrate with the side view. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Exhale out, inhale in. Tuck the buttocks under as you come in. Bai Hui and Hui in. Line up. The ball can vary in height. And the other thing I should tell you is that the size of the circle can also vary. So remember I said it can be as large as you can do without locking wrists and elbows. So within those limits, you can make the circle smaller and smaller. But in order to make the circle smaller and smaller, you need still to have the inner ball leading the outer ball and the body connected. So you don't want to try too soon to make the circle smaller if you're doing it at the cost of losing the connection. Okay, so let's work a little bit on changing direction. So circle the ball in one direction and then change. Ah, yes. And you may have noticed that I'm changing, going from front to back as well as from back to front. So while we're standing stationary, it doesn't matter which direction you change. You can go from back to front, or you can go from front to back. Okay. But when we go to the other postures of rocking and walking, then you're going to have to coordinate your change with your weight shifting. So if I'm rocking and I change, if I change when I'm going forward, if I'm shifting my weight forward, then the ball would go forward. And if I'm shifting my weight backward, the ball would change by going backward through the circle, so that the weight shifting and ball movement is harmonized. Okay. Can you do a figure eight pattern? Yes, you can. So you could just do figure eight. It's a lot of work on the waist and back though. And again, don't try anything too complicated before you really have a good feel for the simple large movements. But yes, eventually you could do figure eight. Okay, now we'll end our Taiji ball exercise by winding the ball in, making the circles gradually smaller, and bringing the outer ball and inner ball to close in front of the lower abdomen, well, the outer ball in front of the lower abdomen. And if we were doing ball of no ball, which of course is a ball of chi between the hands, then we would bring the hands like this, with Lao Gong lined up and aligned also with the Yin Jiao, 2 inches below the navel, so that we can draw the chi that we had for the ball of no ball into the lower abdomen, into the real lower dantian to be stored.